I was born in the month called July in the year 1624 at Drayton in the Clay in Leicestershire. My father's name was Christopher Fox. He was by profession a weaver, an honest man, and there was a seed of God in him. The neighbours called him a righteous Christa. My mother was an upright woman. Her maiden name was Mary Lago, of the family of the Lagos, and of the stock of martyrs. The 17th century was a period of tremendous social upheaval and resistance. There were two factions within the Church of England. Most were conservative, who conformed, who clamped down on any change to their rules, views and rituals, and a growing faction that supported the dissident movement of Christianity. George Fox, who was brought up in Fenny Drayton, was a dissenting preacher. A man of grit, he agitated against the authorities by offering an unfamiliar and more equal, non-hierarchical attitude towards the Christian faith. After this I went to another priest at Leicestershire in Warwickshire and reasoned with him about the grounds of despair and temptations. But he was ignorant of my condition, and he bid me take tobacco and sing psalms. Tobacco was a thing I did not love, and psalms I was not in an estate to sing. But when I came again, he was angry and pettish, for my former words had displeased him, and he told my troubles and sorrows and griefs to his servants, so that it got among the milk glasses, which grieved me that I should open my mind to such a one. George travelled around Britain and Europe, preaching his thoughts, but was often met with resistance from the authorities who condemned his philosophies. From Coventry, I went to a place called Atherstone, and when I was 2 miles off it, the bell rang upon a market day for lecture, and it struck at my life, and I was moved to go to the steeple house. And when I came into it, I found a man speaking, and as I stood among the people, the glory and life shined over all, and with it I was crowned. And when the priest had done, I spoke to him and the people the truth and light which let them see all that ever they had done, and of their teacher within them, and how the Lord had come to teach them himself, and of the seed of Christ in them, how they were to mind that, and the promise that was the seed of God within them, which is Christ. And they were generally pretty quiet, only some few raged, and it set them in a hurry and under a rage. Some said I was mad, and spoke to my outward relations to tie me up. And I passed away in peace in the power of the Lord God, and the truth came over all and reached into the hearts of many people. George formed the group called Friends of Truth. They later became to be known as the Society of Friends, and eventually Quakers. Despite being met with fierce resistance from religious groups and authorities, his followers increased. He was arrested on numerous occasions for his nonconformist practices, but that did not deter his spirit. Fox led a ministry where his people were based in different parts of the world, preaching his ideologies and expanding the Quaker movement. Along with his friend and aide William Penn, he established the American Quaker colony of Pennsylvania. Then I was moved to go to Market Bosworth on market day. He that preached that day was Nathaniel Stevens, who was priest of the town where I was born. He raged much when I spoke to him, and the people in the steeple house and the yard of the truth and light within them to guide them to Christ from sin. and he told the people I was mad, though he said before there had never been such a plant bred in England. And he bid the people they should not hear me, and the cleric bid us to go out of the steeple house, for he was to lock the door when we were in the marketplace. Friends asked, where was the place to talk to the ministers but in the steeple house, and bid them to come forth and prove their call and ministry. But the people of the town and the market fell upon us, and stoned us very sore, and abused us, hundreds of them with stones, a great way out of the town, that it was a wonder we escaped with our lives, and so we passed away in the truth of God, to the shame of both priests and professors, for there were many there and friends. On Thursday the 22nd of June 2023, a number of Hartsill Quakers joined other friends from Leicestershire at St Michael and All Angels, Fenny Drayton, for the unveiling of a plaque commemorating the significance of George Fox to the church. It reads, George Fox, 1624 to 1691, founder of the Quaker movement, baptized and began to formulate his beliefs in this church. The plaque is part of an initiative by Leicestershire County Council where members of the public could nominate historical people and places to be recognised with a green plaque. George Fox was nominated by John Catt, the humanist from Loughborough, and John Spence, a Quaker who lives in Kent. They both gave very interesting speeches in the church about their reasons for nominating Fox and his influence and that of Quakerism on society. Chairman of Leicestershire County Council, Kevin Feltman, gave a speech about Fox's life. The event was well attended by friends, local people, and dignitaries from various councils. Some of us wondered what George Fox would have made of it all, but we all agreed on the importance of continuing to find ways to recognise, share, and remember his history and legacy. George Fox continued to preach till his last breath.